Nick and his buddy were out feeding the alligators together, but when Nick reached the middle of the pond, his so-called friend sneakily pulled back the drawbridge. Seeing that smug grin on his face, Nick realized this guy was trying to get him killed. The gators in the water were already getting restless. Nick quickly threw out a piece of pork, but that tiny chunk wasn't nearly enough for all those hungry reptiles. As he turned around, one of the alligators was already swimming straight toward him. Just in the nick of time, he spotted an old boat nearby. He whipped out his magnetic watch and slowly pulled the boat toward him. He thought he'd found his way out, but then he noticed a rope tied to the stern. Even worse, a gator had already reached his feet. Watching the alligator stare at him while drooling, Nick tossed his last piece of meat to the beast. But instead of solving his problem, it only attracted more gators. Just when Nick thought he was about to become Gator Chow, he noticed something strange. The alligators behind him had lined up like stepping stones. A crazy idea popped into his head. Back on shore, Nick was fuming. If his friend wanted him dead, then it was time for some payback. He threw a bunch of pork into the water to lure all the gators onto land. Sure enough, once they caught a whiff of that meat, the gators crawled right up to shore. Nick opened the wooden fence and watched as the alligators slowly made their way toward the cabin. He quickly doused the area around the house with a can of gasoline, then lit a fireball and set the whole place ablaze. With a loud explosion, everyone came running out of the house. Just as Jeff stood there looking confused, he spotted Nick jumping onto a speedboat. Realizing Nick was behind all this, he immediately ordered his men to give chase. But by then, Nick had already vanished into the distance on his speedboat.